Arav was 38 years old and worked as a senior project manager in a private construction company. He was known as a hard-working and disciplined man who rarely took breaks. Every morning he left home before sunrise and often returned late at night carrying the pressure of deadlines, meetings, and responsibilities. But despite the stress of his work, Arav loved only one thing more than success: his family. He lived in a comfortable apartment with his wife Mira and their daughter Anya. To the outside world, they looked like a perfect family. Arav believed he had achieved everything he once dreamed of: a stable career, a loving wife, and a peaceful home. He always believed love was enough to hold two people together. He met his wife, Mira, when he was 27 years old. She walked into his life like soft rain after a long summer. Calm, beautiful, and gentle. She had expressive eyes and a warm smile that made people trust her immediately. The first time they spoke was at a friend's engagement party. That was the beginning of their story. They spent the entire evening talking about dreams, family, and the future they imagined for themselves. Mira told him she wanted a peaceful life, a loving husband, and a home filled with laughter. Arav told her loyalty mattered more to him than anything else. Within a year, they got married. Their wedding was simple but beautiful. Arav's parents adored Mira, and her parents trusted Arav completely. Everyone around them believed they were the perfect couple, and honestly, during the first few years, they truly were happy. When their daughter Anya was born, Arav felt like the luckiest man alive. Life became busy after that. Arav started working longer hours because he wanted to give his family a better future, better schools, better security, and a better life. He believed sacrifice was another form of love. But somewhere between deadlines, meetings, and responsibilities, he stopped noticing the silence slowly growing between them. Mira began changing little by little. At first, the changes were small. She spent more time on her phone. She stopped waiting for him near the window. Their conversations became shorter. Sometimes when Arav spoke to her, she looked distracted, as if her mind was somewhere else. He thought she was simply tired. One evening during dinner, Arav asked gently, "Are you okay?" Mira forced a smile. "Just exhausted." "You should rest more." "I will." He believed her. A few months later, Mira told him she wanted to start working again. "I've been at home for years, Arav. I need something for myself." Arav supported her immediately. "You don't need my permission," he said warmly. "Do whatever makes you happy." She hugged him tightly that day. "I'm lucky to have you." Those words would later hurt him deeply. Mira joined a marketing company in the city. At first, everything seemed normal. She looked happier and more energetic. She started dressing differently, wearing perfume more often, and spending extra time getting ready. Arav even felt proud of her. But slowly, late nights started becoming common. Client meeting, team dinner, extra work. Excuses arrived one after another. Arav trusted her completely, so he never questioned her much. Trust can become dangerous when given blindly. One night around midnight, Arav woke up feeling thirsty. As he walked past the living room, he noticed Mira sitting in darkness, speaking softly on the phone. The moment she saw him, she disconnected the call. "Who was that?" he asked. "Nobody, just office work." "At midnight?" She looked irritated. "Not every conversation is suspicious, Arav." He immediately felt guilty. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Without replying, Mira walked away. That night, Arav could not sleep. For the first time in their marriage, doubt entered his heart, but he ignored it. One Sunday morning, Mira left her phone on the table while she went to the market. Suddenly, a message appeared on the screen. I miss you already. Last night was perfect. Arav's hands froze. He stared at the screen for several seconds, hoping he had misunderstood something. Maybe it was a joke. Maybe it was work-related. But deep inside, he already knew the truth. Then he read the message that shattered him completely. I wish I had met you before your marriage. Something inside Arav broke silently. The woman he trusted more than himself had been living another life behind his back. When Mira came, she immediately understood from his expression. For several seconds, neither of them spoke. Then Arav held up the phone. Who is he? Her expression changed from shock to fear. Arav, who is he? He repeated. He's just a colleague. Don't lie to me. Tears filled her eyes. It's not what you think. Arav laughed bitterly. Then tell me what I should think after reading messages where you tell another man you love him. Mira slowly sat down. I didn't mean for this to happen. That sentence hurt him more than the betrayal itself, because it meant everything was real. Arav felt humiliated. Did you ever love me? He whispered. Mira cried harder. I did. I still do. No, Arav replied painfully. People don't betray the person they love. That day changed everything. Their home became painfully quiet. They barely spoke except in front of Anya. Arav stopped eating properly. He stopped sleeping peacefully. Every memory of their marriage suddenly felt fake. The hardest part about betrayal was not losing someone. It was realizing the person he loved never truly existed the way he imagined. One evening, Mira came to him while he sat alone on the balcony. I ended things with him, she said softly. Arav did not answer. I made a mistake, she said. A mistake is forgetting someone's birthday, he replied quietly. An affair is a choice, he said. She cried silently behind him. I was lonely. Those words filled Arav with anger. Lonely? He turned toward her. I worked day and night for this family. Everything I did was for you and Anya. I know, she said. Then why? He asked. Mira covered her face. Because somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing each other. We became parents, responsibilities, routines. Her words hurt because there was truth inside them. Arav had been physically present, but emotionally distant for years. But betrayal was still betrayal. Nothing justified it. Days slowly turned into months. People around them started noticing the tension. One day, Arav's mother quietly asked him, Is everything all right between you two? He lied. Yes, because he felt ashamed that his marriage was collapsing, ashamed that the woman he loved had chosen another man. One night, Arav finally asked the question haunting him. Did you sleep with him? Mira looked down silently. That silence became his answer. Arav felt sick. He immediately walked out of the house and drove aimlessly through the empty streets for hours. Around 2 a.m, he stopped near the sea. The city lights reflected on the water, while he sat inside his car, trying not to cry. But pain does not disappear simply because someone is a man. That night, Arav cried harder than ever before, not because he lost Mira, but because he lost himself. He replayed every moment of their marriage in his mind. A few weeks later, Mira quietly sat beside Arav. "You can hate me," she whispered, "but please don't let Anya suffer because of my mistakes." Arav looked toward his sleeping daughter. That little girl loved both of her parents completely. Children never deserve to carry the pain of adult mistakes. So Arav and Mira decided to try. At first, Arav hated every moment. Healing was slow. Some wounds never fully close. Months later, Arav noticed genuine effort from Mira. She left her job voluntarily. She gave him complete transparency. She spent more time with family. Instead of excuses, she accepted responsibility. "I hurt you," she said one night, "and I may never forgive myself for it." Arav wanted to hate her forever. Part of him still did, but another part remembered the woman he once loved deeply. Human hearts are complicated. Love does not disappear immediately after betrayal. Sometimes that makes the pain even worse. One evening, almost a year after discovering the affair, Mira handed Arav a small box. "What is this?" he asked. "Open it." Inside was a collection of old photographs from their early years together, and at the bottom was a letter. Arav unfolded it slowly. "Arav, I know I do not deserve forgiveness. I broke the trust of the one person who loved me without conditions. I searched for attention outside our marriage when I should have fought for us instead. I betrayed not only you, but also the family we built together. Every day I regret what I did. Not because I was caught, but because I finally understood the pain I caused. You gave me loyalty, and I returned it with lies. If you decide to leave me someday, I will accept it. But if there is even a small place left for me in your heart, I promise I will spend the rest of my life trying to become worthy of it again." Arav read the letter several times. His chest felt heavy. Forgiveness sounded simple when spoken by others, but living it was completely different. Forgiveness does not erase memories. It does not magically rebuild trust. It only gives two broken people a chance to begin again. 2 years passed. Their marriage survived. But it was never the same marriage again. Some scars remained permanently. Trust, once broken, rebuilds slowly like shattered glass being glued together piece by piece. The cracks always remain visible. But over time, Arav and Mira learned something important. Marriage is not destroyed in a single day. It breaks slowly through neglect, silence, distance, and unspoken loneliness. And betrayal is never only about one moment. Relationships often begin dying long before the betrayal itself happens. Some marriages end after betrayal, some survive. Neither choice is easy. But one thing always remains true. A single act of dishonesty can destroy years of trust, and rebuilding that trust may take a lifetime. Loyalty is one of the most valuable gifts in any relationship. Love alone is not enough if honesty and communication disappear. Small distances, ignored feelings, and silence can slowly destroy even the strongest marriage. Betrayal may happen in one moment, but its pain can remain for years. Before seeking comfort outside a relationship, People should first fight for the person who once meant everything to them.